हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदकमलान् श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सह गणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सह गणललिता श्रीविशाख अन्वितांश्च नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगे राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। Welcome to our systematic study of Vedic scriptures. In that, we are in the chapter 18 of Bhagavad Gita, the conclusion, the perfection of renunciation. I wanted to ask a question, but maybe I'll wait for maybe others also to join. Then we can hear more. How are you all doing?
Yes, प्रभु जी, we are doing very good after yesterday's divine Rath Yatra. Yeah, yesterday it was feeling a bit tired, but yeah, today morning it's refreshed again.
Mm, nice. Okay. So let me share the screen. Well, let's give a few more minutes, but meanwhile we can talk. So, as part of our this Bhagavad Gita uh, discussions, I would say, yeah, as part of this Bhagavad Gita discussions, I think we have come through 17 chapters. Now, if I ask how many of us remember all the 17 chapters, yeah, even summaries, it's a very difficult question to answer, at least for me. Oh, come on, this is such a vast wisdom, and we have gone through that for not just a year, 2 years. I think it's been already more than 3 years that we are discussing Bhagavad Gita from chapter 1 systematically to chapter.
2019, Prabhuji.
Okay, so 5 years, huh?
6 years. 6 years. Yeah.
5, 6 years. Yeah. So in this process, I think we have understood the value of Bhagavad Gita in in the words of Krishna and in the questions of Arjuna and in our thoughts. Bhagavad Gita is such a crystal um, that is showering light in all directions. Mm. It's not only for Brahmanas, or it's not only for Kshatriyas or Vaishyas or Shudras, or it's not only for sannyas. Of course, the chapter that we are going to read is Sannyasa Yoga, how conclusion, the perfection of renunciation. So we should really believe in Gita and its profound value that it is offering to mankind. When we are convinced, then we apply in our life. We don't really are worried whether others may understand it or not, or we don't worry whether other person is appreciating what we are doing or not. We don't really worry if we are considered as fanatic or yeah, fool. So many people call so many things if one takes to Gita. Why? Because yeah, this knowledge that or not even knowledge, the wisdom that Bhagavad Gita gives is so profound. Not everyone can understand. Samahatma Sudurlabha. It's not so easy that one can appreciate the value of Bhagavad Gita, and due to which what may happen is people cannot understand. That's why they think Gita is, yeah, people who are going in the direction are not intelligent, fool. They want some excuse through which they can just not engage in professional work or not mm, lead a common man life. Bhagavad Gita is actually telling what is um, the duties of a common man, but because we have become so much uncommon, that's why we will not appreciate this. Yesterday, when I was talking with His Holiness Kavichandra Maharaj, Maharaj was giving example about this Prabhupada example of jaundice. If someone is caught jaundice, he will not appreciate the sweetness of the sugar candy. He went through that. He had jaundice, and because of that, he was telling it's so bitter, so pungent that he was not appreciating. He was, I think, what was given to him was. Um, I forgot something in some pieces of some fruit that are put in soaked in sugar syrup completely, and then that's what he ate, but still it was so bitter. And later he was given lemon, 10 years old lemon pickle, which is soaked in salt and yeah, which is lemon, very very sour. But his taste was he was sensing it's very very sweet. In fact, he said he ate everything. So that is our position, that we are sometimes not seeing things as they are, feeling as the feeling should be, thinking as we should be thinking, and doing as what we should be doing. And in this process of mm, living, we are actually not accepting the principles of Bhagavad Gita seriously. And yeah, through this dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna, we come to understand what is the value of these instructions. These instructions are not personal instructions. Of course, one may think that, oh, no, no, these things were said to Arjuna, so all these are applicable to Arjuna, or maybe all these things are relevant for Kshatriya. No, this is all meant for mankind. Mm. All the instructions are relevant for mankind to advance, because every soul is looking for happiness. It's not only Kshatriyas are doing, or it's only this. Arjuna was. No, the teachings of Bhagavad Gita are so deep that it is for everyone. It is the most subtle means through which one can attain success. How? It is very gradually telling about what is Karma Yoga, what is Jnana Yoga, what is Dhyana Yoga. So, by engaging our activities in a spirit of yoga, of course, I don't know when was it. 21st May is the yoga day. Today we are no, the spirit is, yeah, there is no other option for attaining perfection. What is that we have to do is we have to take to yoga. And again, in yoga there are different levels of this yoga ladder. And the topmost is what yeah, is bhakti yoga. Mm. So, and again, we have also discussed in a number of occasions that it's not like, okay, one has to come through this ladder from karma yoga to jnana yoga to dhyana yoga, and finally, no, it's not like that. When one engages in bhakti yoga, automatically all these things are um, practiced. Mm. Um, Saying so, I have a question, as I said, is who wants to become sannyas? Of course, even Matajis can also say if they want. These days, yeah, we can hear also so many ladies are taking into this. Oh, yes, we want to dedicate ourselves completely detached to this material world and we want to become sannyasinis. So just a question is who want to become a sannyas or sannyasini here in this group? Hmm? Parth Prabhu. Who else? Well, we should all become sannyas or sannyasinis. Yeah, it's not like okay, only Parth Prabhu is feeling that. Oh no, we all also should feel. Why? Because the meaning of becoming sannyas means sarva dharma parinchacha mamekam sharanam raja. Sannyas means it's like, okay, one of the social orders of life, and then what does that mean? It's not like we are just entering into that order. Even while we are grihasthas, we are sannyas. Yeah, I don't know if you remember one of the meditations from the Prabhupada calendar is that, yeah, he says, one who is always engaged in my service, then he is mm, like a Tridand sannyas. Even a grihastha can become sannyas. Now tell me, who wants to become sannyas? Hmm? Who has the desire to all completely surrender to Krishna? I think still it's a Monday warm up. Sorry, Sunday warm up. Hmm. Yeah, don't feel shy. Yeah, this is a question. Maybe yeah, an opportunity to show Krishna. Yes, I'm. Yeah, there is inside my heart somewhere because of some perplexity. I'm not able to tell that. Hmm. But who wants to become sannyas? Yes. In fact, the beauty of this chapter, yeah, as we do, is I'm reading from the Gita Mahatmya, where Lord Shiva is telling to Parvati the glories of chapter 18. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. I'll try to keep it very short. Once there was Lord Indra in the heavenly planet. Then what happened? When he was ruling, he was yeah enjoying his kingship. All of a sudden, there were some who entered the heaven. Yeah, let me find the right word. There were some who entered the word. Adrasa Prabhu, you will get sannyas. Yeah, you can drop your hand. So, a beautiful young person, followed by servants of Lord Vishnu, uh, arrived in the palace and quickly walked up to Indra's throne. Suddenly, Indra fainted and fell to the floor for a few moments. And on opening his eyes, he saw something very strange. He fell on the floor, yeah, with and the crown came off. And while this happened, he was fainting before he came to consciousness, or after he started seeing something that this young person who came walked into his royal throne, royal chamber. He sat on Indra's throne. Oh, that itself is a very shocking. So then, not only that, the demigods and other noble men, members of the heavenly realm, gathered around the new Indra and glorified him with many words. Rites were performed and offerings were made, with many rishis coming forward, chanting Vedic mantras. They offered their blessings to the new Indra. Then heavenly performers known as Gandharvas and Apsaras sang and played beautiful music. They performed wonderful dancing for the pleasure of the new Indra, who beamed smiles in all directions. Hmm. I don't know if you can see this photo. Yeah, face recognition. So I will. So anyway, so the point is, he a new Indra came. It's always nice, right? So we always are looking for a new leader. After all, how long do we want to be under one leader? If, as soon as some new person comes, let's make him our Lord so that, yeah, yeah. But here, this Indra is really a good Indra. Why is said here? What happened is the dispelled Indra picked himself up and stepped away from the scene in state of shock. He was seeing, oh, someone came and then he sat, and all the demigods took the crown that was lying on the floor and put on top of him. They started glorifying, singing, offering all respects to the new Indra. So he went off from there, and then he thought deeply about what he has seen. Normally, a new Indra gains to position only when he performs 100 Ashwamedha Yagyas. Isn't it? Yeah, we know. Yeah, and he knows. And I don't think someone or this person who has walked in, I don't think he has done this so many yajnas. Yeah, otherwise we know what Indra can capably do. Yeah, he can jeopardize his position. This person has never performed great acts of charity in holy places or fed the masses. To my knowledge, he has never created ponds, dug wells, or planted trees for benefit of the people. So, how in heaven's name could he have earned the right to take over my position? This cannot be right. So, he was thinking something has happened over there, and let me find out how, what happened. It's amazing for him because he thought his position is secure and he thought his position is not so easy to get. Yeah, and this person seems to not have done all these things. So, he went to the shore of Milky Ocean, and then he started praying, praying, praying. Um, after where is it? Uh, yeah, he went. After some time, time has passed. Lord Vishnu gathered, granted his audience. So Vishnu was um, Mm, speaking, of course, not darshan, but speaking. So this Vani was that between Indra and Lord Vishnu. He said, "My dear Vishnu, you know everything and you are very kind to your devotees. Therefore, please relieve my distress. A new person has come, taken up my throne, and yet I am convinced he has not fully fulfilled the normal requirements of becoming King Indra. Please explain everything to me, for I am most disturbed." Sometimes some things happen in our life. We have no clue why these things happen, but we usually try to sort it on ourselves. Oh no. And no, here Indra has taken right course. He went to Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu is telling, My dear Indra, you should not be surprised. Why? The devotee who has taken your position chanted 5 verses from the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita throughout his entire life, and because of that has achieved the rewards normally earned by all sorts of welfare activities and sacrifice. Just 5 verses from this chapter, the glories of it is that he not only will he enjoy being king of heaven for many years, but also in his next life, he will join me forever in the spiritual realm. You too can achieve this divine destination simply by constant recitation of 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Hmm. Yeah. So this is what Lord Shiva is telling to Parvati, what Lord Vishnu has told to King Indra. Hearing these wonderful instructions, all grief left the heart of Indra and he became fully joyful. This means we all are looking for a solution, but because we are tired of doing what these makeshift solutions are, we are tired because how many times I have to keep up myself against all these odds. So if we approach the Lord, and this is also is the essence of this chapter, we don't have to go here and there, don't have to try that and this. If we just do like Lord Vishnu is saying here in this case, yeah, just reading 5 verses every day. What it can grant is amazing. He took his leave and then he transformed himself into a Brahmana, made his way to ashram, to a town called Kalegrani near Godavari river, and then there he saw at that place there was a saint. Upon seeing, there was a saint who was immediately fell at his feet and humbly begged him to teach him those very same verses. Now we don't know what are these same verses. Being very merciful, the saint did as he was requested. Indra perfected his life by chanting those holy verses and achieved the divine destination of Vishnuloka. In that eternal abode, he experienced all varieties of bliss in service of Lord, considering the pleasures of heaven to be no more than dry grass blowing in wind. And so far is very nice to understand the glories of chapter 18. And Lord Shiva is telling the glories of the whole Bhagavad Gita. Is saying, my dear Parvati, the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is especially powerful, and by chanting its verses with full attention, the great sages easily attain the ultimate perfection of life. Lord Krishna's lotus feet. Hmm? The great sages is not only that, but any person who attentively studies these stories that I have narrated to you will be relieved of all their sins. By remembering these stories with great faith, a person will in due course of time enjoy all the pleasures of heaven and at the end of their mortal life enter into Vaikunta, the spiritual world. This is so concludes the Gita Mahatmya, which was spoken by Lord Shiva to his wife Parvati Devi. How many of you enjoyed this? Hmm? How many of you like this shortcut? Hmm? Oh, Bhagavad Gita, oh, is too complicated for me. Oh, no. Let me get those 5 verses. And if we recite these 5 verses every day, that that is a very nice, very nice way to attain perfection. I'll tell you this 5 verses. One, there is this Sarva Dharma Parinjancha Mamekam Sharanam Raja. To understand that, we have to study different chapters. When we are reading these 5 chapters, it's not just a mechanical or ritualistic or religiously reading or reciting the 5 verses. Of course, a Brahmana has attained. There is no question that he will not attain. But this will increase the taste to understand whole Bhagavad Gita, and that's how this Bhagavad Gita, especially chapter 18, is structured in itself. Is this is the conclusion. I think in every chapter Krishna has concluded how a sadhaka, how a devotee should what he should do, and he was actually concluding in the name of Arjuna, now you stop and do this. Yeah, in fact, this whole chapter, I would say, is a synopsis. Usually we know that second chapter is a synopsis of the whole Bhagavad Gita. It tells about time, it tells about the soul, it tells about the Lord, everything. And again, Krishna is speaking, concluding, because after saying everything, there might be still a question, oh, I am lost more than ever. No, that's why Krishna is summarizing this whole mm, Gita again, and mainly to do what? The action, the duty, what is, we can see here, the goal is to emphasize the goal is to surrender Krishna. That's coming in the end. Usually we think, oh, but what is the whole chapter? In fact, this chapter is very, very big. It summarizes what is Karma Yoga. Uh, so it summarizes the first 6 chapters. The whole karma is being discussed, and then it also summarizes the Jnana Yoga, which is 13th to 17th chapter. 13 to 17 is Jnana, 1 to 6 is karma, and then there is this explanation of what are other yogas. Yeah, what is this Karma Yoga? Sorry, the ladder. Uh, when we talk about, then there is this, what should one do? Uh, should he perform Sakama uh, yoga, or should he do Nishkama Karma Yoga? So all these things were discussed. Yeah, it's nice that one can get sharp memory, that they can read and remember and apply. Through that, he can make best of it. And Krishna is giving a gist of that in this chapter 18. So I'm very excited. Why? Because we don't have to guess. In Because some people come and tell, Bhagavad Gita is everything about karma, how to do karma. I don't know if someone has heard about it. Uh, they only take one, what is that? Karm karo, uh, bhog na karo, or what is that? I don't know. They have this 10 principles of Gita. Someone put it somewhere, Gita Sar, and then, yeah, and then they can take some, and Kriya Yoga, one who's practicing Kriya Yoga, he would just say, hey, Bhagavad Gita is all supporting, what is that? Dhyana Yoga. Uh, and then someone is telling, oh no, Bhakti Yoga, Bhagavad Gita is telling about how to acquire knowledge and become very, very intellectual personality because it has the essence, substance of all the Vedas. It's called Gita Upanishad. So it's just like taking, yeah, what do you call this? The Kukkuta Niti. I don't know if someone had heard this. A hen, because is producing golden eggs, but it's also eating a lot. So the farmer, greedy farmer, he has cut it into two parts. Yeah, yeah. He may still think, oh, there is an egg that's gonna come. Oh, it's nice that I don't have to feed this. In the end, uh, the whole purpose of the hen for him is gone. So we are now going to recite from this chapter to understand everything what Krishna is saying because he is concluding his speech, his dialogue with this. Isn't amazing? In fact, in the 14th chapter, 20th verse, Krishna is saying, when the embodied being is able to transcend the three modes of material nature, associated with the material body, he can become free from birth, death, old age, and their distresses, and can enjoy nectar even in this life. And here in that 1420, yeah, Prabhupada is writing in the purport. In other words, devotional service in Krishna consciousness is a sign of liberation from material entanglement. This will be explained in the 18th chapter. When one is freed from the influence of modes of material nature, he enters into devotional service. Are we ready with this all motivation that we have collected to go through this 18th chapter? Let's see who is going to read this. Let me know if you see the screen.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Who would like to read? 18.1.
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yep.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ अष्टादश अध्याय अर्जुन उवाच सन्न्यासस्य महाबाहो तत्त्वमिच्छामि वेदितुम् त्यागस्य च ऋषिकेश पृथकेशिनिषूदन. Translation. Arjuna said, O mighty armed one, I wish to understand the purpose of the renunciation, Tyaga, and of the renounced order of life, Sannyasa. O killer of the Kasi demon, master of the senses. Purport. Actually, the Bhagavad Gita is finished in 17 chapters. The 18th chapter is a supplementary summarization of the topics discussed before. In every chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna stresses that devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate goal of life. This same point is summarized in the 18th chapter as the most confidential path of knowledge. In the first 6 chapters, stress was given to devotional service, yoginam api sarvesham, of all yogis or transcendentalist, one who always think of me within himself is best. In the next six chapters, pure devotional service and its nature and activity were discussed. In the third six chapters, knowledge, renunciation, the activities of material nature and transcendental nature, and devotional service were described. It was concluded that all acts should be performed in conjunction with the Supreme Lord, represented by the words Om Tat Sat, which indicate Vishnu, the Supreme Person. The third part of Bhagavad Gita has shown that devotional service and nothing else is the ultimate purpose of life. This has been established by citing past acharyas and Brahma Sutra, the Vedanta Sutra. Certain impersonalists consider themselves to have a monopoly on the knowledge of Vedanta Sutra, but actually, the Vedanta Sutra is meant for understanding devotional service, for the Lord Himself is the composer of the Vedanta Sutra, and He is its knower. That is described in the 15th chapter. In every scripture, every Veda, devotional service is the objective that is explained in Bhagavad Gita. As in the second chapter, a synopsis of the whole subject matter was described, in the 18th chapter also the summary of all instruction is given. The purpose of the life is indicated to be renunciation and attainment of the transcendental position above the three material modes of nature. Arjuna wants to clarify the two distinct subject matters of Bhagavad Gita, namely renunciation, tyaga, and the renounced order of life, sannyasa. Thus, he is asking the meaning of these two words. Two words used in this verse to address the Supreme Lord, Rishikesha and Keshi Nishudana, are significant. Rishikesha is Krishna, the master of all senses, who can always help us attain mental serenity. Arjuna requests him to summarize everything in such a way that he can remain equipoised. Yet he has some doubts, and doubts are always compared to demons. He therefore addresses Krishna as Keshi Nishudana. Keshi was the most formidable demon who was killed by the Lord. Now Arjuna is expecting Krishna to kill the demon of doubt. Hare Krishna.
Mm, Hare Krishna. So, this particular verse is already summarizing whatever Bhagavad Gita 1 to 17 chapters is Bhagavad Gita, and of course now question comes, okay, is 18th chapter, should we read it? Should we only read from 1 to 17? So the cream is always in the important interest, right? So when we are able to go through the 18th chapter, then we are clarifying on two aspects that you just mentioned. What is that? Hmm. Here, Krishna is addressed as Rishikesha, the controller or the owner of the senses, the master of senses, master of all senses, and that helps us. In fact, uh, who was there from beginning when we were discussing chapter one? Oh, 5 years, 5 or 6 years back. So we discussed about in chapter one, Arjuna also was addressing Krishna with various names. Of course, in there also he called Madhusudana, and of course there Arjuna was addressing Krishna in that way, in a very in some kind of friendly sarcasm. Sarcasm, yeah. What was that? Hey, you are asking me to kill? Is it right, O killer? Hmm? And by 18th chapter, here we are seeing Arjuna is addressing Krishna as Rishikesha and also Keshi Nisudana. So here he is glorifying, oh, you are that great Lord who has killed such a formidable demon called Keshi. Uh, so this friendly mood of Arjuna, yeah, was very nice. In the Sakya Ras, he was, yeah, they were eating in the same plate, they were playing with same things, and all these things were so nice, yeah. But when it comes here, after hearing to Krishna, who was giving all these yogas, and understand giving that was given, he's saying, "Oh, thank you so much. I now know there is no one else other than you who can free my doubts." That's why he was addressed as Kesh Nishudana. Mm. And this the third part of Bhagavad Gita has shown that devotional service and nothing else is the ultimate purpose of life. Come on, we still undermine the greatness of Bhagavad Gita. That is our uh, misfortune. Yeah. Why? Because this has been established by citing past acharyas and the Brahma Sutras, the Vedanta Sutras, that this is ultimate. Certain impersonalists consider themselves to have a monopoly on knowledge of Vedanta Sutra, but actually the Vedanta Sutra is meant for understanding devotional service. So it is not that just other schools of thoughts they are promoting, okay, Kriya Yoga, they are promoting Dhyana, and someone is promoting Karma, Siddhanta. Oh, that's why ISKCON is promoting Bhakti Yoga. No, we can see what Krishna is concluding in his teachings in the end. It's that the best are the one who are always thinking Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakta Madhya Jimam Namaskuru. What is Krishna saying there? Uh, Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto, my devotees who is always remembering me. Mad Bhakto Madhya Jimam Namaskuru. Here they are offering obeisances. Uh, so, in fact, they are topmost. This is what Krishna is declaring. And here we see that then that is described in 15th chapter. In every scripture, every Veda, devotional service is the objective. That is explained in Bhagavad Gita. And for a good reason. What is the good reason? That Bhakti Yoga is the most pleasing activity one can perform. What is that activity? Devotional service. Devotional service has the potency to even buy or to purchase Krishna. No other yoga, no other system, no other means can purchase the Lord. Maybe, yeah, other systems can purchase a demigod. Oh, I want rain. Oh, then there is some yajnas one can do. Then they get rain. Oh, there is famine. Okay, you do this yajna, you get it. But there is nothing through which one can attract Krishna except devotional service. Huh? And when we come to Nishkama and Sakama, Karma Yoga, we will discuss little more. But are we getting a gist of the greatness of Bhagavad Gita? That's what we are trying to understand. Because yes, yeah, after this 18th chapter, I don't know, are we going to again begin from chapter 1? Of course, it's also very nice, no question about it. Or are we going to take up something else? But that's why let's use this 18th chapter to make meditation ourselves on the um, teachings of Krishna. Okay, we go to the next. Of course, this question is answered later in 7th and 8th verses. We will go through the next verse. Anup Prabhu, would you like to read the second one? Otherwise, then our dear Hemagori Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes. Can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Are you sharing the screen?
Prabhuji, you have gone on mute, Prabhuji.
Sorry, say again.
श्रीभगवानुवाच काम्यानां कर्माणां न्यासं सन्न्यासं श्राव्यो विदु सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं प्रभुस्त्यागं विकाक्ष्यना. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the giving up of activities that are based on material desire is what great learned men call the renounced order of life, sannyasa. And giving up the results of all activities is what the wise call renunciation, tyaga. Purport. The performance of activities for results has to be given up. This is the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. But activities leading to advanced spiritual knowledge are not to be given up. This will be made clear in the next verses. In the next Vedic literature, there are many prescriptions of methods for performing sacrifice for some particular purpose. There are certain sacrifices to perform to attain a good sun or to attain a elevation to the higher planets, but sacrifices prompted by desire should be stopped. However, sacrifice for the purification of one's heart or for the advancement in the spiritual science should not be given up. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, where am I? Okay, I'm still able. So thank you very much, Mataji. So Krishna understood, Arjuna remained unclear. This is the comments from Sri Baladev Vidyabhushan on this 18.1. Arjuna remained unclear as to the Lord's meaning when he used the word sannyas in statements such as in the Bhagavad Gita 5.13, and when he used the word tyaga in the statement such as abandoning all attachment to results of his activities, which is in 4.20. So Arjuna thus inquires in these words. We can see, do the words sannyas and tyag have completely different meaning, like the two words mountain and tree? For him, he was thinking, hey, Tyaga and sannyas. One who is doing a tyaga, then he's a sannyas, no? So, or do they have congruous meanings like the word Kuru and Pandavas? Hmm? This is what Baladev Vidyabhushan is writing. So, if the first case is true, then I want to know what separate identities of sannyas and tyaga are. Sannyasa and tyaga both. If the second case is true, then maybe there is some superficial quasi distinction between the two ideas, and I would like to know what that is. So this doubt, yeah, is very important, yeah, because that make us uneasy to practice. Sometimes some people are very desperate. I want to know. I want to know. So Um, so in that we can see that Krishna is answering this question. 1 second, I will go up. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Krishna begins by citing um, on this subject of Tyaga, right? So he is mentioning, of course, later he gives examples, but here we can see that the performance of activities for results has to be given up, clear. So here clearly uh, Krishna is saying that the giving up of activities that are based on material desire is what great learned men call the renounced order of life. What is sannyas means? Yeah, it's a kind of a basic sannyas, yeah, or a yeah, uh, newbie in sannyas life. What is that? Krishna is saying giving up the activities that are based on material desire. So it's not giving up all activities altogether. It is giving up those activities which can satisfy our material desires. Um, is what great learned men call the renounced order of life. And giving up the results of all activities is what the wise call renunciation. So these two words, sannyas and tyag, yeah, we can see sannyas is real sannyas means giving up only material desires or activities pertaining to material desires, and tyaga means giving up, completely not doing anything. So, however, sacrifice for purification of one's heart or for advancement in spiritual science should not be given up. This is what Hemagori Mataji you read, right? So that should already clarify us in our spirit of engaging our day-to-day life. Are we performing tyag? Tyag is sometimes, yeah. I think there was this Swami Vivekananda. He very strongly comments people because in the name of religion they are not doing work. That's why he emphasized karma yoga is the topmost. Hey, wake up, engage in work. Work is God. Hmm? No, but that is not enough. But working for the senses, no, for the pleasure of the Lord is what actually it means sannyas, or what it actually means um, the duty one should perform. We go further. Uh, Someone can read third.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
ध्यायम् दोषवद् इति एके कर्म बाहुर्मनीषिणः यज्ञदानतपः कर्म ज्ञात्यायम् इति च परे. Some translation. Some learned men declare that all kinds of fruitive activities should be given up as faulty, yet other sages maintain that acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance should never be abandoned. But there are many activities in the Vedic literature which are subjects of contention. For instance, it is said that an animal can be killed in a sacrifice, yet some maintain that animal killing is completely abominable. Although animal killing in a sacrifice is recommended in Vedic literature, the animal is not considered to be killed. The sacrifice is to give a new life to the animal. Sometimes the animal is given a new animal life after being killed in the sacrifice, and sometimes the animal is promoted immediately to the human form of life. But there are different opinions among the sages. Some say that animal killing should always be avoided, and others says that for a specific sacrifice, it is good. All these different opinions on sacrificial activity are now being clarified by the Lord Himself. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's nice word to remember. Yeah, it's not about dosa and vada here. Yeah, Tya-
Sorry, Prabhu, dosha.
no, no. Tyajyam doshavat. Doshavat means, in the translation, means as an evil. Hmm. Tyajyam, to give up. Tyajyam, tyajinchadam. Tyajat doshavat iti eke karma prahur manishinah yajnadana tapah karma na tyajyam iti chapare. There are some who are not giving them up. So again, here we can see this is also Krishna is clarifying. Yeah, by the time Arjuna was asking, there are so many opinions because people are presenting something that this is the supreme, this is the supreme, this is the topmost, and so all these things. There are many activities in Vedic literature which are subject of contention. No, for instance, it is said that an animal can be killed in a sacrifice, and yet some maintain that animal killing is completely abominable. So, this, in fact, yeah, I came across a person whose guru has written a book, and I don't know where was it presented, that And also this book he wants to spread across to everyone to make it clear that animal sacrifice is never um, authorized. Wherever it was mentioned about it, the real sense is not killing animals, but actually the nature, something. So, I mean, I didn't read it anyway. I don't know the details, that's why. But yeah, so there are some school of thoughts which says sacrificing animals, killing is not correct. Hmm. Yet others are saying, although animal killing in a sacrifice is recommended in Vedic literature, the animal is not considered to be killed. Huh? The sacrifice is to give a new life to the animal. So this is another understanding, which means the animal is really killed. But what do you mean by killing? Killing means that um, um, you are bringing an end to a life. Yeah, you are bringing an end to a life. No, but in the sacrifice, what's happening is a qualified Brahmana. He's actually giving this old, the chosen animal, which is old and cannot, yeah, is unfit. So the sacrifice is to give a new life to the animal. Sometimes the animal is given a new life after being killed in the sacrifice, and sometimes the animal is promoted immediately to the human form of life through the proper process. But there are different opinions among the sages. This is what Krishna is saying, and Krishna is giving his ultimatum, and that's why I don't know. Um, yeah, let's go on further to understand what is Krishna speaking here. What is his final ultimatum? Someone can read this? Or
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
yeah, please.
निश्चयं शृणु मे तत्र त्यागे भरता सत्तमा त्यागो हि पुरुषा व्याघ्रा त्रिविद्या समप्रकृता
Trividha.
प्रकृत Translation. O best of Bharatas, now hear my judgment about renunciation. O tiger among men, renunciation is declared in the scripture to be of three kinds. Although there are differences of opinion about renunciation, here the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, gives his judgment, which should be taken as final. After all, the Vedas are different laws given by the Lord. Here the Lord is personally present and his word should be taken as final. The Lord says that the process of renunciation should be considered in terms of mode of material nature in which it is performed. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, someone reads fifth one, please.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Mm-hmm.
यज्ञदाना तपः कर्म नात्याग्नं कार्यम एव तत् यज्ञोदानं तपश्चैव पावनानि मनीषिणाम्. Acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance are not to be given up, they must be performed. Indeed, sacrifice, charity, and penance purify even the great souls. Purport: the yogis should perform acts for the advancement of human society. There are many purificatory processes for advancing a human being to spiritual life. The marriage ceremony, for example, is considered to be one of these sacrifices. It is called Vivaha Yagna. Should a sannyasi who is in the renounced order of life and who has given up his family relations encourage the marriage ceremony? The Lord says here that any sacrifice which is meant for human welfare should never be given up. Viva Yagna, the marriage ceremony, is meant to regulate the human mind so that it may become peaceful for spiritual advancement. For most men, this Viva Yagna should be encouraged even by persons in the renounced order of life. Sannyasis should never associate with women, but that does not mean that one who is in the lower stages of life, a young man, should not accept a wife in the marriage ceremony. All prescribed sacrifices are meant for achieving the Supreme Lord. Therefore, in the lower stages, they should not be given up. Similarly, charity is for the purification of the heart. If charity is given to suitable persons as described previously, it leads one to the advanced spiritual life.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. One more verse. Someone.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Pratik Prabhu.
Uh, इतानि अपि तु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्तव फालनि च कर्तव्यन्ति मे पार्थ निश्चितं matam uttamam. All these activities should be performed without attachment or any expectation of result. They should be performed as a matter of duty, O son of Partha. That is my final opinion. Although all sacrifices are purifying, one should not expect any result by such performances. In other words, all sacrifices which are meant for material advancement in life should be given up, but sacrifices that purify one's existence and elevate one to the spiritual plane should not be stopped. Everything that leads to Krishna consciousness must be encouraged. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, also it is said that any activity which leads to devotional service to the Lord should be accepted. That is the highest criteria of religion. A devotee of the Lord should accept any kind of work, sacrifice, or charity which will help him in the discharge of devotional service to the Lord. Thank you.
Thank you. So here we are talking, Krishna is giving opinion. But what weightage does this opinion has? Is this clear for all of us? Anu Mataji, Madhuri Mataji. Yeah, Krishna is giving opinion. That's fine. Everyone, so many people around us keep giving opinions, right? Sindhu Mataji, you can give me an opinion. Satish Prabhu can give an opinion. Shruti Mataji can give an opinion. Isn't it? So many people will give opinions. And when it comes to, okay, when my guru is giving opinion, what happens? Hmm? What do we take it? There is no question. Okay, you have all given your opinions, but if it's not in line with my guru, I would just still take to my guru because, yeah, it is that complete faith in the words of guru is um, supersedes, supersedes any other opinion, isn't it? Even in our practical life, of course, some may go to 10 people to ask, or some may be given 10 advices, but we would just understand who is the subject matter expert in that, and then we just follow, isn't it? What do you all say? Yes? No?
Yes, Prabhuji, we must follow the Guru's.
We just take to that, yeah. So we just take
Yes.
who is the best in that field, and Krishna is called Jagat Guru. Krishna is what he says, though he may very encouragingly say, "This is my opinion." We shouldn't just take it very light and thinking, "Hey, Krishna just shared his opinion." Uh, one has to, Krishna may have to prove or has to cross check against Tantra, Gautami Tantra, or some Upanishads, or no. What Krishna is saying, because Krishna is not covered by any um, um, trace of material energy. Though Janma Karma Chamediviyam, though Krishna is appearing in this Dwapar Yuga in front of Arjuna, still he is a spiritual being. Of course, in a relationship, one may, yeah, the father may become a donkey, or not a donkey, sorry. A child sits on a horse, right, or an elephant. So the father may become an elephant, a father may become um, a horse, whatever the kid wants. Doesn't mean that he's not father, yeah, or he's not becoming a one of these animals. So here, this is what Krishna is saying, also opinions, because we may have a doubt later, oh, but did Krishna consider that opinion from others? Because there are two words, in fact, Krishna begins by citing philosophers who are telling what is Tyaga and what is Sannyasa. Yeah, as Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan has said, Arjuna has this doubt, and it's very important and it's very subtle, but it can blow off our whole uh, um, sadhana, because we may think, hey, the best thing is not to do at all. There is no option. Krishna is very clearly mentioning we cannot give up our action. And here in this, did we read the did we discuss the purport of as a 2, or also have to cover that, or is it 3 to 6? I don't remember. No, I think let's cover. So this is the question, and Krishna is saying there are different opinions and abandoning, and then there is this example of sacrifice in animal, uh, and then activities of for spiritual advancement are not to be given up. I think it was Adirasa Prabhu, which verse I don't remember which you read, but there we were talking about marriage, the sannyasis. Yeah, it is in the 5. That's maybe we have to cover other things. We discussed about this doshavat iti eke, and then we are going to the fourth one. निश्चयं शृणु मे तत्र त्यागे भरतसत्तमा त्यागो हि पुरुषव्याघ्र त्रिविधा संप्रकीर्तितः. So this is what is declared. Is saying, now hear my judgment about renunciation. And he's telling to not any ordinary fisherman, or uneducated or illiterate. uh, no, he's telling to saying, oh, tiger among men, purusha vyagra means a successful human. Renunciation is declared in scriptures to be of three kinds. And in the purport Prabhupada writing, although there are differences of opinion about renunciation, here the Lord gives his judgment which should be taken as final. There shouldn't be any thought, doubt. Yeah, maybe my limited capacity may not enable me to understand this, but we should have faith and understand, remember them, and apply in our life. After all, the Vedas are different laws given by the Lord only. So why will Lord contradict content with his own? Here the Lord is personally present. His word should be taken as final. The Lord says that the process of renunciation should be considered in terms of modes of material nature in which it is performed. Again, so that's how we can see how whatever is said, there is this whole chapter, faith, there is whole chapter of modes of material nature. So how Krishna is in his conclusion bringing up this so that we can understand it clear. Yajna dana tapah karma nyatyajyam karyam evate jnano dana tapaschaiva pavanani manishina. So manishinam, manishi, we have heard, manu, man, uh, or all this is coming up. Manishinam means even for the great souls. Acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance are not to be given up, they must be performed. Krishna is saying, no question of giving up and going to a secluded place or thinking, oh no, I don't do anything. This world is such a dangerous. Oh, I understood all these things. I am frustrated, disgusted with all happenings in life. No, acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance. What is that? Yajna, dana, tapa. They must be performed. Indeed, these three things are purify even the great souls. So, what is the purpose of performing these things? Is to purify. And that's why in the purport Prabhupada is giving this point that Vivaha, yeah, a sannyasi is thinking, oh, there is another scapegoat, or I don't know what is a she goat called. No, anyway. So, oh, they are, there is this um um, two beings are brought together to chop each other's heads. It's not like that. The sannyasi is not thinking like that. Should a sannyasi who is in the renounced order of life and who has given up his family relations encourage the marriage ceremony? The Lord is saying yes, as long as they have not come from this low. Where is that word? Lower. For most men, this vivaha yajna should be encouraged even by persons in the renounced order of life. Sannyasis should never associate with women, but that doesn't mean that one who is in the lower stages of life. Lower stages of life means one who has not purified sufficiently and one who is still again running behind attachment. Of course, a yogi can give the knowledge and understanding what it means a grihastha life can be and what are the challenges one may have and all these things. But that doesn't mean that, oh, he just says, hey, oh, you are married, then you're doomed. Yeah, it's not like that. It- because based on the level a child goes to a particular grade, to particular class. If he fits for fifth class, he goes into the fifth class. He doesn't suit for the third class or even seventh class. He fits for the fifth. So the spiritual master, or here we see a sannyas, he is not discouraging that all prescribed sacrifices are meant for achieving the Supreme Lord. It would be very, it would be very unfitting if a sannyas who is supposed to give a vivaha speech, yeah, when everyone is gathered and there is someone who is telling what is all we are doing, if he says, you know, yeah, these people have decided what to do now, yeah, just pray that they can survive, that would be something yeah, not so befitting for the occasion. Rather, he's saying, hey, these people are coming together. Let them work together. Let them keep Krishna in the center. By that, they can live forever peacefully in harmony and also attain ultimate success. Huh? This is how. Therefore, in the lower stages, they should not be given up. That is what we need to make sure that they don't give up. And then, if one is giving up, and you know what, they can take up to this culture of what is called co-living. I don't know, is it co-living, dating? Is co-living the right word or
Living,
coexistence? What is it?
living together, Prabhuji.
Oh, living relationship, huh? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah. Living relationship and these kind of things. What is happening? Yeah, one is not performing sacrifice. What is sacrifice means one is controlling one's senses. Austerity, yajna, dana, tapa. This is also missing. That sacrifice is missing. Uh, but these are there actually to lift us up above our the bar of our own conditioning of enjoyment to actually come above that. So similarly, charity is for purification of heart. Charity is is for our own benefit. Otherwise, yesterday again, Kavichandra Maharaj was giving an example. Those days, 20,000 euros was okay to maintain a decent family in the US. And there was a survey done. It seems that a person is asked, now you have 20,000, are you happy? Then he said, no, if I have 25,000, I'll be happy. And this surveyor went to the 25,000. He said, I want 50,000, then will be happy. And he went to further, and we know, right? A millionaire also will say, oh, I'm still not happy. Maybe his problem is not just money. Yeah, his problem is how to save the money. Yeah. It's not like, oh, now I have so much, I have an ocean of money, yeah, and all my 10 generations will survive. No, he will still think, may my 10 generations all will be the richest men of forever. Yeah, I don't know. So all these things, what is it bringing? He's bound. He is bound to take birth again. Yeah, in one of the lectures, I think it was Radhesham Prabhu who said, or someone else, I don't remember, uh, that yeah, such a rich person will, after his death, he will be born as a rat in the same family to save the wealth, to safeguard, because he's so much conditioning of saving, saving, saving. Was it rat he become? No, he becomes a dog, I think. Anyway,
I think dog, yeah.
yeah. So he becomes, yeah, like that. So one should understand that charity is for purification of heart. If charity is given to suitable persons, again, charity, again, last chapter, in 17th chapter, we read what kind of charity is approved. Charity in the mode of goodness. Oh no, charity in the mode of pure goodness is even superior. What does that mean? Engaging in the projects of spiritual preaching, which means establishing spiritual centers, going for yatras, and reading. Yeah, reading. All this involves funding. Hmm? So charity, so what is it called? Swadhyaya. So we have to see how we can support that quality is given to the youth. Youth are next generation. I don't know if Premdan Prabhu is here, but yeah, yesterday we were discussing that. Yeah, youth preaching is very, very important. We can't leave it like that. In fact, if you see in any other countries, yeah, we can see how much importance is given, so that the youth are really trained before they come to the time of taking up responsibilities. Just like how we are training ourselves to become the best engineer, so that before we can start working, we know, okay, what is the science behind it and how to handle. Of course, after you join the company, you struggle handling soft skills because people are trained how to exploit each other, not just support each other. But yeah, so we can understand from that it's very important that we support such youth preachings. And of course, the minimum is okay, supporting financially. No, no, Prabhu, I'm so busy. I can't come to the programs. No, then how you can support by contributing for such projects? So we can hire a big hall. Remember when who came to Keshav Maharaj retreat in Eindhoven? Hmm? Oh, call is gone, huh? Am I still there? No,
Uh,
I'm not there.
yeah, yeah, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Huh? At that time, he was saying, "Hey, this place is nice." You guys remember what did Maharaj say? Someone can say while I take a sip.
Maharaj said that why don't you make a temple here in Yandavan? We have center only.
Yeah, he
We
said,
should.
yeah, there are so many people who are interested. There are so many people who need, and he was just looking, hey, why don't we even take this hall? I was I was thinking, hey, amazing, but why this hall? Usually we may think for us a temple means it should be, a pakka having a dome, and no, for a preaching anything is fine. Anything is fine as long as people can come. Yeah, if we cannot dream so big, we can at least dream, okay, let's contribute. Maybe we could do once a month by hiring, or what you call, renting a hall. And of course, we may think, hey, will it work? Let's try. Oh, come on. That's what it means, charity. Otherwise, we can just spend this money in so many other things that there's no question about it. Yeah. But if we think, oh, yeah, yeah, for donating for Rath Yatra is amazing, right? Because Jagannath will directly shower us, like a helicopter full of mercy. That's amazing. What about these other preaching? Hmm? Hmm. Yeah, no. Yeah, did Krishna say in Gita? Yeah, here he is clearly saying engage in this so that one comes out of yajna dana tapas chaiva. So one should engage in this in a proper mood. And the biggest benefit that we can do, not only for others, but actually to ourselves is, yeah, the spirit of charity should be in such a way that we can engage in nice preaching programs. There was a time, yeah, you remember, I don't know, Ratikeli Mataji, I saw you were somewhere, I don't know, Ram Raghav. We did this Sri Ram Navami in 2018, I think. Rupa, 18
Yeah,
or 19? 8.
18, I guess.
Yeah, I think 19 or 18. Okay. So, yeah, what did we do? We just hired the hall. We didn't write, okay, oh no, it's very difficult. And then after that, we thought, hey, this hall is not enough. I don't know if you remember, then we were looking for a bigger hall, right? We were hiring a half size of a basketball court. Of course, it doesn't come for free, right? Hey, no one is coming and saying, hey, please use. Yeah, in fact, I understand you are doing great charity to the society. No, no, we have to, yeah, spend. Yeah. And yeah, if people voluntarily and proactively come and say, hey, Prabhuji, we would like to be part of such kind of things, and yes, yeah, whatever little we would like to contribute, yeah, then we can really make such a big things happen. And we know the value of it. We know the value that we need to bring it to the society where we are living. Yeah, it's not me and my Krishna, because Krishna is not saying that it's I and you. Krishna is saying I and everyone. So anyway, that here it's clear. And etani api tu karmani sangam tyaktva phalani cha kartavyani iti me partha nischaya matam uttamam. Matam means again opinion, uttamam, the best. All these activities should be performed without attachment or any expectation of result. Now again the question is coming, oh, should we expect, which one should I do? Should I do this or should I do that? Janmashtami, or is it Radhashtami, or is it Rath Yatra, or is it preaching? Here it says all these activities should be performed without attachment or any expectation of result. Isn't very cool statement of Krishna, right? In our corporate world, we'll never have this possibility. Saying, hey, you do everything without attachment or expectation of result. The employee will not do that because he's expecting something, and employer also will not do that because he's also expecting result. They should be performed as a matter of duty. And this duty is not driven by money. Krishna, who's ultimate, unlimitedly rich, uh, why will he need our money? Huh? And some people will take that in that way and say, hey, Krishna doesn't need money. Why are you asking money? If you go and ask fundraising, something, people will think, oh, no, I think we need to take responsibility to make our duty what Krishna wants it to be. Our duty should be preaching. Our duty is that we spread his word all over. And for that, we don't have to have a OKRs. Does anyone know this OKR? I think someone in uh,
Yes.
what is OKR? Key?
Objective and key results, Prabhuji.
See, those days are gone. What was that? There's so many factors through which we are measuring our success. The success is very simple here. They should perform as a matter of duty. That is what Krishna is saying. Although all sacrifices are purifying, one should not expect any result by such performances. In other words, all sacrifices which are meant for material advancement in life should be given up. That is the easy formula to come understanding. But sacrifices that purifies one's existence, elevate one to the spiritual plane, should not be stopped. Everything that leads to Krishna consciousness must be encouraged. Now, let's take 5 minutes to understand what are these activities can be. I want everyone to actively contribute to this question to understand so that then we know the spirit of sacrificing means in concrete steps or intangibly what it means. Yeah. What are the activities that Krishna is saying here? Huh? In the Bhagavad Gita also it is said that any activity which leads to devotional service to the Lord should be accepted. What kind of activities are these? Hmm?
यज्ञ ध्यान दान तपस्या
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Prasadana
I think we
and
are
the division of prasadam, kirtan.
taking prasadam, giving prasadam.
Yes,
Okay.
kirtans,
Kirtans,
kathas,
kathas.
majorly all our devotional activities.
Yeah. What are they? Maybe someone else can say.
Telling about Bhagavad Dharma to others and making realize.
So spreading the word of Krishna. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All devotional services like Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Vandanam, Dasya, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam.
Mm-hmm. Okay. More.
Having a strong desire to serve Prabhuji, like, the personal attendant mode, again from, our Kadambakana Swami Maharaj lesson, I just understood Prabhuji. These are three.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Say again.
Having the personal attendant mode, Maharaj refers to, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, assistant, and the way just by
Govinda Das. Mm.
yeah, and having this strong desire to serve, so these are key.
Okay. More.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mm-hmm.
I think whatever we do, we should do with a pure heart.
What do you mean by whatever we do?
Whatever means like, sorry to say
Meaning,
that the devotional activities, it should not be
yeah,
just
we are now talking about what are the devotional activities.
okay. So I think already everyone has mentioned most of them. Like
Mm-hmm.
keep remembering Krishna all the time,
Mm.
uh,
So
and
then question
keep
is,
Krishna in center
mm,
when you are performing your daily duties.
mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah, that's one point. Yeah. My question is, I think Varsanalila Mataji said taking and giving prasadam.
yeah.
So into what devotional service it comes?
Mm.
Yeah, because I think Sindhu Mataji, she was mentioning Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, etc., etc. This now maybe you can tell Sindhu Mataji under what does it come? Does it come under that, or is that not just nine? There are many.
Yes, Prabhuji, there are many. These are like the starting like devotional service that offered to Lord Krishna Prabhuji. That
As long as we are thinking this nine as devotional practices, we usually are splitting our life into two parts. One is spiritual life, one is material life. Because Shravanam, Kirtanam, yeah, maybe once in a week on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Sunday, Monday, or whatever, we just make it Shravanam and Kirtanam. Yeah, we also can sing and chanting, of course, daily we are doing. Yes, and then our second life starts after 9 o'clock. It starts. Yeah, what are we doing is getting busy with taking care of kids, family, job, and all these things. In fact, we spend more time in that, and yeah, but here we are saying we need to purify, and how can we do that? Is it devotional or not? And all these things. So that's why Krishna is giving from the chapter straight away from 2 till 17 so much. All this is, yeah, devotional service in different grades, different levels. And concretely, what we can do, yeah, because we also want to understand to me what it means. Yeah, cleaning the floor of the temple. Hmm. Under what does it come? Hmm? If we don't know, then what happens is we think, oh, it's a different thing. No, it comes under Archanam. Hmm? It is said that the temple should be maintained clean. When you are offering this 16 upacharas, then what we are doing is we are cleaning the floor. For example, or when one is offering bhoga to the Lord, and after and before one cleans the floor. Similarly, yeah, after eating, yeah, the prasadam, then one is cleaning the floor, isn't it? Hmm? Of course, yeah. What does that mean? Is we should understand that whatever activities that we are doing, they are devotional activities if we bring Krishna in the center. This is one thing, which means even yeah, if one is bringing up kid or children, that is also what it's a devotional as long as we if we do it in a right dutiful way. We cannot expect that oh now Sindhu Mataji, you have a kid, and then it's of course is your kid, right? But then you are just going out and say, hey, can someone take care of my kid?
No, Prabhuji, I'll
Whose
take
duty it is?
my duty.
You can't say, hey, this is my son, but it's your duty, you take care of him. No.
No.
So the point here is that we don't want to leave it to the world and let the world teach the son. Sometimes some people may have this crazy idea. My kid should learn everything. They should know how to smoke, they should know how to drink, they should know everything, and they should know, and later they may decide what they want to do as their hobby. Yeah? When they need to have the intelligence, they need to get exposure to everything. The exposure to these things can only be detrimental. Why? Because kid likes them, because these are very easy. If there are low hanging fruits, yeah, people would take for it. Will someone really go up and take something? No, low hanging. And if they say no, no, these fruits are not so tasty, the fruits above are tasty, you say no, no, no. I'm fine with this. Yeah. So one should understand what is really duty is to engage in the activities what Krishna is saying. Today we discussed about this. Tomorrow, next Sunday we will discuss about renunciation. Renunciation. What is three kinds of and that's how we need to understand if we want to disconnect ourselves from this, when we know the bitter truth that this world is not the best place to live. The best bargain we can do is take opportunity to understand what Krishna is saying, just follow, and that's it. Then we are safe. If we still have doubt, Krishna is clarifying doubt here. Yeah, Arjuna had this question, and Krishna is clarifying. Yes, how to apply that? Approach someone, approach a guide, approach the sadhu, guru, and shastra. Through that, one can clarify. Let's not sit and then wait for that day when it comes. Oh, it's too late. For example, when we go to one who is 60 plus, what do they do is yeah, I know all these things, but I think, come on, for this age, for this fitness, are you expecting me to do these things? Or you're very illogical, or you're very hmm, I'm not getting the right word, you're very crazy. Yeah, how can you're very yeah, how can you expect this? For this time, this is what is to be done. I have seen so many around me of this age who are doing like that. And no, yesterday, I don't know, Satish Pavi were there. Yeah, we could see how Bhakti Vasudev Maharaj, yeah, he was singing the wonderful kirtan, doing all. And then, yeah, for his age, he's also 60 plus. We can see how are they. They are not, oh, it's too big struggle. They are not giving it up. They're traveling rigorously. And in fact, I'll share with you once I get it. I have to message Maharaj. He has presented, he was telling how many four presentations the in London, he said. And he received the best uh, uh, recognition or award for that. Yeah. It's not that he's saying, hey, I have only to do with devotion, let me take Japamala and do chanting. No, he has done PhD. Why? Because his guru wanted him to become a doctorate scholar. Why? Because it's Prabhupada who said that science and religion, they go hand in hand. He want to prove. He has presented a subject on how chanting helps the society. I think. I mean, anyway, let me get it, and then I'll share that.
And so, Prabhuji, also how it helps in the intelligence. Maharaj was telling.
Yeah,
Also,
how the young people can benefit. Yeah.
because he asked me and Makrand Prabhu on our education and what we work. So none of the Maharajas had asked, so we were surprised. But then the background he told in when going back in the car with you that you need a basic bachelor's degree at least to, I think that was very nice, Prabhuji. Different perspective.
Yeah. Anyway, so there all these activities. Yeah, there's so many activities. Whatever we may take, cleaning the floor, cleaning the vessels, cleaning the clothes. Oh, I forgot. Bhakti. What is A for R? No.
Anugrah.
Anugraha, yeah, Bhakti Anugraha, Janardhan Maharaj. Yeah, yesterday he was telling his laundry didn't come back. We have to check whether I by now. So yeah, they are traveling, and of course we don't have to travel. Come on, why? Because we need to make a livelihood. We need to support our family. We can't travel, but we can still do some traveling within our own jurisdiction, which can be okay if it is 100 kilometers. Let's travel so that that is also spirit of charity. Ah, like we are spending for our own self so that we can engage in services. Oh no, it's so far. Oh no, it's too much. Oh no, no. Then we will always be in the same place. We have to, I mean, we all of us have this conditioning. We all have are struggling, but we have to somehow or the other continue with it, and then yeah, we leave it to Krishna to make it easy or hard. If it is hard, we will learn hard or what do you call tough experience. If it is easy, yeah, yeah, nice. After all, that's what Krishna wants us. Okay, we stop here. Any questions, thoughts, what we have discussed till now for all these verses and the doubt of Arjuna that Krishna is explaining? Hmm?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for starting the explanation of this, the final chapter of Bhagavad Gita. It's very divine. I have two questions. So, in the second verse, is it Krishna emphasizing the difference between the karma yoga and karma sannyas?
We will hear. We will
Okay.
hear all that. uh,
Okay.
that is what will be clarified in the
Okay.
as I said,
Okay.
there is this section which is talking about karma that is till 12th verse. From 1 to 12, we are discussing all about karma. That's why here is saying, Arjuna question is, should I work or not work? And yeah, you should work and you should fulfill your duty. This all comes under karma section.
Okay.
Hmm?
And the second question is from the third verse about sacrificing animals as per Vedic process.
Mhm.
So yeah, recently I was reading
When you
the
tell, because you are Bengali, I want to tell something.
yes, Prabhuji.
Sometimes, I heard that there is this butcher shops around the Kali Ma temple, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so those
I don't know
things
if
are
they are
not good. Yeah.
if they are still doing, I don't know, but yeah, why? Because I there is also that the priest community they enjoy meat, so they from the duty they just compromise, saying, oh no no, after all this is also part of this kind of a worship. So which one can always justify as long as you have this taste, you will have 10 reasons why you want to do. A person who is an alcoholic, he says, hey, I have a good reason. It's good for heart. What is that? Red wine or vodka is good for something. Yeah. After all, when COVID came, what all people did? Hmm?
Mm.
They used all this spirit, right, to clean your hands, mouth, and even some even wash the vegetables in uh, what do you call disinfectant.
Disinfectant.
Uh, and the alcoholics, they say, hey, we are also disinfecting from inside. Hmm.
Yes, Prabhuji, that is true. That is true because anyway, those priests who are consuming meats, they don't have control over their tongue, so that's why they are justifying this.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, but I was recently reading this Dakshayagya Bhagavatam. So there also it is mentioned that when Daksha was performing yajna,
Hmm.
so the animals were there for sacrificial. And in the purport, Prabhupada was explaining that it is to test the Vedic mantras
Yeah.
where
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
animal is working correctly or not, where the animal should get a new life after the sacrifice.
Yeah.
And I think somehow they compared with our some modern science also, like in the modern time, when all these medicines, pharmaceutical companies, they are testing their
Hmm.
uh, things
Yeah.
like a guinea pig and other animals.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm not sure how these two things are comparable,
Okay.
but
Yeah. So your question is, didn't we also do wrong way in the past? If that's your question. Yeah.
mm,
Did the
yeah.
rishis, why are we killing the innocent animals? Just imagine if a priest is not as powerful as we wanted to be, right?
Mm,
That can be a question. Just like a
yes.
scientist, if he's not so intelligent, yeah, he's doing an experiment, and of course, for that, he's chosen a rat. And that's okay. Rats, there's so many rats. The killing is not a problem. Or similarly, when we're talking about killing a goat, if you remember in the case of, yeah, when you come to Bharat Maharaj, yeah, at that time a goat was brought to sacrifice to Kali Ma.
Yes, yes,
Like a
Rohit.
cow is used to sacrifice. These are
Mm,
even gross animals. In fact, in Quran, it is said that, oh, if at all one has to kill an animal, he should kill a very big animal and all the village should eat only that one animal. uh, so ethical, yeah. So in terms of killing, there are some, yeah, how everyone is trying how to minimize the pain, yeah. And anyway, that's a different topic. So coming to your question, how can we justify this is, yeah, first of all, as we know that a kshatriya, because he needs to become perfect in his, yeah, skills, right? He's
mm,
allowed to kill animals, to hunt animals. But because he's the king and he's responsible for the upliftment of those animals, so that is approved that the animal, yeah, is getting benefited. Of course, no animal is coming and dancing in front and say, "Hey, now you kill me." Uh, no, it is the king is going on a hunting and he's killing. And definitely, when this system is there in Manu Samhita, it is mentioned what is this animal is getting. And of course, then there is also the other question whether the king, whether um,
beasts.
the kings should eat meat. No, they don't need to eat meat. But if they want, yeah, if they, yeah, just to maintain this Rajogun, the spirit of fighting, and yeah, mm, they may lose. The compromise is they may get this spirit of strength, the physical strength, you may think, or whatever. But what is missing is that here there is a word that is used, vichakshana. That experience of thinking right is gone. That's why they rely on the Brahmin community because they are advising and the king is just doing.
Mhm. Yes.
So, yeah, so now in the similar lines, we can see a Brahmin who is performing this. Yeah, it's not that apprentice is happening just on the first day of the college, right?
Mm,
Yeah, it's happening at the last end. So they would definitely have enough checks to make sure that this priest will not really mess up. Yeah. On a very,
yes.
very exceptional case, yeah, there might be some other way how to still You know, right? If you are messing up, immediately your boss will come and say, ah, no, 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 just do like this, do like that, and he would do something. Don't worry, the animal will be taken care. If not, if one person is spoiling. But the scientist, if they kill one rat, the other rat doesn't come.
Yes.
I don't know if that can clarify.
No, that clarified, Roger. So it's like a certification to the priest. Okay, fine. Now you are
Yeah.
well versed with the mantras,
Yeah.
and the sacrificial animal will get the new life.
Yeah.
Thank you, Roger.
Yeah. Thank you. That's it. Other questions? Yeah, let's try maybe taking a vow. Yeah, because what Indra said, sorry, what Lord Shiva said to Parvati, that this 18th chapter is so powerful. Let's take up, make sure ourselves that we don't miss any part of it, and that itself will bring us to a higher consciousness. Yeah, that itself also can be a duty. I think as Sindhu Mataji was mentioning, na, Shravanam of 18th chapter, we know the glories. So
And
let's,
Prabhuji, one more question. Where it is mentioned that Lord Shiva was describing the glories of 18th chapter, it is in the.
Gita Mahatmya is in Padma Puran, if I'm not wrong. I can double check.
Okay. I thought it's in Bhagavatam somewhere.
No, I think it is. Let me see. Usually, maybe there is introduction to the. Yeah, see, Padma Puran.
Okay, okay.
If someone want, they can just have. This is actually for kids, but for our level, we are also kids to read short book, 18 chapters and 85 pages, 88 pages.
Okay.
Mhm.
Prabhuji, you mentioned 5 verses in 18 chapter, like any 5 verses or like first
There
like
there are special 5 verses. We will come to that.
okay, Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, you make a note already.
No, Prabhuji, I'm just curious to know.
Okay. Then thank you very much. पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, दकोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, नामाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण।